Now let me ask you this question. Would you want to live in the best place in the United States of America? Ranked by US News and World Report. Means a lot of people think it's the best place to live. The answer perhaps is yes, and maybe you already do, but US News and World Report just came out with some really interesting studies, and Southwest Florida really did amazingly in multiple categories. So for the best places to live in the United States, guess who's number one? It is Naples, Florida, right here in Naples, Florida. And this is based on several factors. Number one, it's got to be a good value. Number two, it's got to be a desirable place to live. Number three, it needs to have a strong job market. And number four, it needs a high quality of life. And here's the thing. So Naples has for multiple years also been ranked number one for happiest people as well. So you can tell that the quality of life things are there. And so it's really awesome to see that here in little Southwest Florida, it's not so little anymore, but we have the number one place to live in the United States of America in our backyard right here, which is awesome. Now, here's the deal. Fort Myers was also ranked on this, but it was ranked as number 37, so quite a bit farther down the list, but we'll call it an honorable mention that Fort Myers is part of this list. But there's a second list, and the second list is the fastest growing places in the United States of America, and Southwest Florida also came in very strong here. So Fort Myers was ranked as number one on that list. So for the fastest growing places, Fort Myers is number one. You can tell when you're in Southwest Florida, the roads have a bit more congestion than they used to. The grocery stores are busier, the restaurants are busier, and so it's, not quite as low key as it once was. Now, what's interesting about this fastest growing places list by US News and World Report is that Florida represents 7 of the top places in the United States for fastest growing. What does that tell us about what's happening with the migration numbers into Florida? Those continue to outpace the rest of the states in the United States. California is the biggest detractor. There's most people leaving California. Texas is the number 2 as far as people migrating to their state. So where does Naples rank on the fastest growing places? It's actually number 12 on that list. So it did not make the top 10, but it did make number 12. So all of Southwest Florida is continuing to see a boom in the population growth. Now, translating this over to real estate, if not for that continued growth of population with the inventory that had grown the way that it has, that would have negatively affected prices more than it has. So the big question is, will the growth in population continue to offset the fact that there's a higher level of inventory than there was before, the higher interest rate environment, and the higher insurance rate environment that we're dealing with here in Southwest Florida? And looks like so far that is the case. Will that continue? Let me know. So did they get it right? Did they get these rankings right as far as the best place to live? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Also, if you could do me a favor, make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel. That really helps motivate me to make some more videos like this for you. And as always, have a blessed day. Thanks.